Hey everyone, come with me on this weekend getaway to Puerto Rico. We flew out of JFK and 3.5 hours later landed at the Luis Munoz Marine International in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Our shuttle driver was there waiting for us and took us straight to our hotel. Check-in was a breeze, and within minutes we were in our room overlooking the Caribbean Sea. And what a view it was! We relaxed for a little while, caught the beautiful sunset, took a little nap before we decided to go grab something to eat. We walked down the strip for a little before we found this spot called Orozco. The drinks were strong and the food was amazing. After dinner, we went back to our hotel room and fell asleep and were awakened by the sound of fireworks. We showered, got dressed, and decided to hit up the bar in the lobby. We had 2 drinks, hung around for a bit before we decided to retire for the night. The next morning, I woke up very early to catch my first sunrise in Puerto Rico. I was a little disappointed as it was raining. The sky was very cloudy, but the sunrise was still beautiful. A little later, when my wife woke up, we showered, got dressed, and decided to walk to find breakfast. We walked for a while until we came upon this spot called Pinky's. It was crowded and we had to wait to get seated. They had Bob Marley playing in the background, which made it even better. Trust me when I tell you, the breakfast was amazing. After breakfast, we walked back to the hotel, grabbed a few things, and hopped on an Uber to our first scheduled destination. It was time for the Bacardi rum tasting tour. We registered, got our token for our first free drink. We got our drinks and then headed to the trolley, which was to take us around the factory.
Aged or aged rum ready to be blended. And sometimes there's a primo riding a tricycle, primo like this one you can see. Compare it with a McDonald's drive-thru, alright? Why? Because in station 1, our primo is stopping here with a tractor full of barrels with aged rum. And station 1, and again with fresh rum or aged rum. And this one in the middle, you can notice that has this for the barrels to our warehouses. And every pallet of barrels has 9 barrels. And every barrel with a tropical one. You can see that this warehouse doesn't have any windows. Just this door comes from the sweet sugarcane, guys. Puerto Rico back in time used to produce a lot of sugarcane. But sadly not in. And these are those fermentation tanks. This brown tanks here in your right hand side, my friends. We have 20 fermentation tanks on site, 10 for each base, holding. We are not producing the sugarcane here, guys. We bring those molasses from Latino America, Dominican Republic, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and many other places ethically related. They send us this delicious molasses, high quality molasses, so we can start creating our rum. Now guys, we are arriving here at the business.
This is the generator that is used to run the entire factory. It runs on unused rum and bacteria. It was now time for the rum tasting experience.
So again, more time this is running inside the barrel, more things are happening. From 4 to 7. So what do you think about this one? It's burning more. Remember? Then where? Where is burning? Here or there? She took a deep breath. She was cool. I know. You're enjoying it. Woohoo! For you. Cheers, my friends. Cheers, and please share with me what do you feel, if you feel the same as me. Yeah. Sorry. I wish. That is too early for me. I'm here, I'm doing this every day. Guys, with your left hand, remember, we're having a toast first. Right? It's one CP. Then now, raise your left hand up, and let's have this toast for the three symbols of the bat. Do you remember the three symbols of the bat? Family unity. Fortune. We have fortune. Familia. Unidad familiar. We have another one. Health. Fortune. Salud, my friends. Remember to take your first CP, then the chocolate, and then the second CP, alright? Black chocolate, my friends, is Montadero chocolate from Cabo Puerto Rico. 55 dark chocolate outside, 65 pure chocolate infused Bacardi Distillery.
After the tour ended, we headed back to the hotel for a relaxing day at the beach. We hung out by the beach for a while, but opted not to go into the water as the waves were too rough. My wife decided it was better to go to the pool, where we sipped a few pina coladas and just chilled for the afternoon. Later on, we headed directly across the street to this restaurant called El Refran, where we had dinner and a few drinks. After dinner, we went for a nice romantic stroll. We found a Ben & Jerry's where we bought ice cream cones. On our way back to our hotel, we stopped by the mural of Hector Lavoe, also known as El Cantante, the famous Puerto Rican singer, to take pictures. We made it back to our room just in time to catch the fireworks show from our balcony. we headed back to Pinky's for breakfast. After breakfast, we got an Uber and headed to Old San Juan for a day of touring. Spent a few hours walking around Old San Juan, taking in the various sites, but then headed over to the San Juan National Historic Site. This historic site is basically an old fort, which is considered to be the oldest in this side of the hemisphere, and it was used for defense. This defense fort covers almost the entire Old San Juan area. After touring this side of the fort for a few hours, we then proceeded to go over to the other side, which was about another 30 minutes away. The sun was hot, which made the walk even more tiring. On our way, we spotted this famous store where most visitors and tourists always stop to take pictures. I had to stop to record this BMX stunt rider on his bike. The surprising thing was, he was not young. He was up in age. With the sun beating down on us, it was a welcoming sight to spot this snow cone vendor. We eventually made it to the other side of the fort. Toured around for a while, then sat down to watch a documentary on the history of the fort. Soon, it was time to head back. It was such a beautiful day. People were just hanging out on the grass. They were playing ball, flying kites, lots and lots of kites. We came upon this restaurant, La Vergüenza, which was recommended by a friend, but it was so crowded that we didn't want to stop. We passed a few party buses and people on board decided to give us a show. It started to rain and we decided to call it quits, got our Uber and headed back to the hotel. Later in the night, we called an Uber and headed back to Old San Juan as there was a restaurant which my wife wanted to try. When we arrived, it was still raining and we had to wait for about 45 minutes before we could be seated. On our final day, we headed back to Pinky's for breakfast, of course. Overall, this was an amazing weekend spent in Puerto Rico, and I would definitely recommend. If you like this video and would like to see more content like this, then follow me on YouTube and remember to like, share, and subscribe.